All right, let's go ahead and look at an example of ordering real numbers. So the question is, which list shows the numbers below in order from least to greatest? All right, so as we are doing this, remember, let's think about a number line. When we're going least to greatest, we're going to start with the number that is farthest to the left, and we're going to go to the number that is the farthest to the right. All right, so least to greatest. So we would start with the largest negative number, and then we would end at the largest positive number. So knowing that, we can go ahead and eliminate answer D before we even start converting our numbers, because that one does start with a positive number. The other three answer choices all start with a negative, so we are going to keep them in the running. Now, before I can compare these numbers, I want to make sure they're all in the same form, and that would be decimal form. So I'm going to convert my percentage and my fraction into decimals to join these other two that are already in decimal form. All right, so in order to convert my percentage, I'm just going to move my decimal 2 places to the left. You can also divide 58 by 100, and that would give you 0.58, 58 hundredths. Negative 23 divided by 4 would give us negative 5 and 75 hundredths. All right, so now that everything's been converted to fraction form, I'm going to line them up. So important that we make sure our decimal is lined up. That way our numbers are lined up by place value. So I have 5 and 78 hundredths, make that big decimal. My next number is negative 5 and 9 tenths. Now there isn't a digit in the hundredths place, but I can add a trailing 0. Remember, that doesn't change the value. 90 hundredths is equivalent to 9 tenths. Our next number is 0.58. And then our last one is negative 5 and 75 hundredths. So you can see all of my decimals are lined up, so I know my numbers are lined up with place value. Again, least to greatest means we're going to start with the largest negative number, and we're going to go to the largest positive number. So I have two negative numbers. I have negative 5 and 90 hundredths and negative 5 and 75 hundredths. Well, I know that 90 is greater than 75, so this would actually be our first number. So I'm going to number these as I go. Looking at my answer choices, A and C both show negative 5 and 9 tenths. I can eliminate answer choice B. My next number would be my other negative number, still on the negative side of the number line, and that is true on both A and C. Next up, remember, my last number will be my largest positive number. So I have two positives. I have 58 hundredths and 78 hundredths. So considering that this would actually have a 0 in the ones place, I know that that's going to be much smaller than 5 and 78 hundredths. So this would be my third number, and this would be my fourth. All right, if we were on a number line, a little bit further, 2, 3 would be over here, and then 4 would be all the way down here. All right, so we see that A, unfortunately, they do not have 58 hundredths, so C would be our answer. And that is how we order numbers.